There aren't many places besides Haiti that are sort of close. They're all long
Yeah.
hauls where you're working, so you must cover a lot of miles. So put it in perspective for the class. And by the way, very international class. This is the most diverse international school in the country, so there are people from all over the world here. But put it in perspective of what it means to us. How does this global crisis affect all of us? And why should we move?
Yeah, it affects us globally because we are all human. We all need water to survive, and it's not like we don't understand that. And so it should just really shake all of us to the core that we live on this planet where we can get water at the turn of the tap, and yet there's people dying by the millions every year simply because we can't apply the solutions that are out there. So imagine, if we found the cure for AIDS today, and 100 years from now, there were still 3.5 million people dying from that. That would just be considered unthinkable. And yet that's kind of the situation that we have with water and sanitation and water-related disease. Imagine having your 6-month-old baby die from dehydration just because she had diarrhea, right? Dying from diarrhea in this day and age, it doesn't seem possible. And so there's that human element of it that should affect us all. But then water and water crises around the world are inherently local. And so, here in Southern California, we experience, water shortages here in this country, but we can cope with them. But in other regions of the world, it's just much harder to cope because you have poverty overlaid with water scarcity, overlaid with growing populations. And so it doesn't affect us in that really direct way here, but it will continue to affect us as those populations around the world aren't able to meet their water supply needs, as well as how that can turn into violence and war and other things that can start to affect us more directly.
Sure.